Cancer's response to nitric oxide. When nitric oxide comes into contact with cancer cells, the cell initiates apoptosis, or cell destruction. Nitric oxide is produced frequently within cells and can easily be transferred to neighboring cells due to the fact that it is soluble in both aqueous and lipid media, and this causes it to diffuse through the phospholipid bilayer and other membranes quite easily. There are four main components involved in the cell signaling that causes this response to occur when cancer is affected by nitric oxide. The first component of cell signaling is the ligand or signal molecule itself, which gives instructions for the cell. In this case, the ligand is simply the nitric oxide molecule. The second component of this cell signaling involves a receptor molecule that allows the specific signal molecule to bind itself to the cell via this receptor, and this bonding changes the shape of the receptor. The specific receptor for nitric oxide is an enzyme known as guanylyl cyclase, and it is located on the inside of the cell, which is okay because nitric oxide, as previously stated, is very easily diffusible across the cell membrane. Once the nitric oxide binds to this GC, a G protein signaling cascade moves the info down into the third component of cell signaling system, known as the transduction pathway. This pathway is essentially comprised of a bunch of molecules which play one long game of telephone and successively pass the info from each receptor protein to the next down into the cancer cell itself until the message eventually reaches the fourth and final component of cell signaling, the cell response to the original message provided by the ligand or nitric oxide molecule. In this specific case with cancer cells, the response to nitric oxide is apoptosis, where basically the cell commits suicide. Proteins called caspases are triggered, which break down the organelles essential for survival and produce the enzyme denases, which destroys the DNA of the nucleus of the cell. Simultaneously, the cells begin to shrink and send out distress signals, which are answered by molecules called macrophages. These molecules clean away the shriveled cells and leave the area nice and tidy.